Word of warning, and I'll be sure to call this out in the title and description of the video. This is a pure about the channel update video. Frankly, it's been a little while since I've done a purely community update. Part of that is just analytics and numbers. You see, I noticed that most viewers on the channel are here to solve a specific problem, or to get a specific insight on one or more projects that this channel covers. And that, well, that's quite fine. However, there are many of you that are interested in either starting your own channel or watching the journey of this one and curious about the DD on the unusualdd. And so this video, well, I've made just for you. At the time of recording, the channel surpassed 900 subscribers, 900 human beings watching an animated milkshake surf the metaverse on a jetpack powered couch, or more often a hoverboard, and guests featuring guest characters such as a fast talking shake named Lollipop, a conspiracy rabbit taking the shake down deep rabbit holes. It's all pretty incredible. There are some specific changes coming to the channel that I've been noodling. Nothing drastic, just new ideas, and I've been testing them out here and there. If you check out my more recent videos, you'll hear me mention this from time to time. For example, I am trying something new. So in this video, I just want to provide a bit more context for those changes and what it is I'm trying to solve. The deeper DD on the unusualdd, if you were. It all starts with two goals on the channel as shown on the bingo sheet. Specifically these. You see, YouTube has a built-in metric to help you assess your own channel journey. And the idea is once your channel reaches 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, that you're promoted, if not elevated, so to speak, into the YouTube ecosystem, where it's possible the channel might see a small percentage cut of all of those ads Google forces you to watch. So while it isn't really required for the channel to continue to exist, the money would be nice as a new kind of metric to help inform if I'm delivering a message that's relevant. However, I can get that today by way of a stat that YouTube provides in their analytics view. Right now, the specific stat I'm looking at is watch time. Now, don't get me wrong, the total minutes of watch time on the channel so far is over 3,000. Specifically, at the time of this script, it's 3,302.6 hours of watch time, not minutes. The interesting detail behind this is that YouTube counts their 4,000 watch hour goal on a sliding scale, and that works off a rolling 365-day window, which something rather interesting is in that date. You see, curiously, the channel is remarkably stable in terms of watch time. It's not growing or declining, it's just kind of flat. And that tells me something important. I've hit a personal plateau. My view of plateaus is positive. It means two things mainly in the context of this channel, based solely on past performance. First, I need to improve my skills. As they say, get good. I mean, I'm getting there, so it will just know it's all part of me being a work in progress. Second, I need to enact some sort of change. The question I've been tossing around is, well, what is that change specifically so I can start growing into it? It might not even be one specific change, but lots of much smaller changes. Some of the suggestions so far from the broader community, well, let me share one. You see, in the last month or so, I received new feedback from an unlikely viewer. It was very interesting. What it said is this, quote, "Hey, you need to start thinking of how to take this content and make it more appropriate for a wider audience," end quote. Only I should say, not with those exact words, but that's the sentiment. The other component to all this is video length. The reason why my videos tend to be shorter is simply a function of time. My current process is very time intensive, as you might imagine, when a cartoon character and a research phase is involved. And I'm perpetually looking for ways to optimize and improve on both of those fronts. More little experiments to see what works and what doesn't. YouTube recently introduced their Shorts program, so there's even a kind of spot for 30-second clips. And then there's a new spot, or existing spot, for longer form content, which is where you're watching this video from. New places to play. You see, it won't be long now before the channel ticks up over 1,000 subscribers. I see the numbers and the trend lines. Sometime back, I stopped asking directly for subscribers. A long time ago, actually, in these videos. So if you watch the channel, you might have even noticed this change. The growth of the channel is still a very humbling experience. You can go back and see my earlier videos and just how little I knew about, well, everything in the beginning. It's a lot better these days, and I'm still learning what does and does not work, and I like to share that when I can. And that's my message to anyone out there thinking of doing any creative project. Sometimes the most important thing, well, it's just to get started. If you asked me when I started this project if it would feature a talking milkshake in the metaverse or any of the crazier things that have happened in the secret B story behind all the episodes, well, I'd have laughed. There are some things that just can't be planned. Instead, adapt and keep moving. My planted flag remains the same, and you can find it on the bingo sheet for the channel, which is on the website, but I'll also put a link to it in the description below. So right now I'm focused on just improving the quality of the show. This episode certainly won't count towards that, I know. Subscribers, you see, don't tell me the show is hitting those marks, but there is something that does, and I think it's watch time. If the show is fun to watch and, more importantly, rewatchable, and even more importantly, provides the viewer with meaningful value and education at the same time, well, that's the sweet spot that I'm aiming for. As some of you have noted, I might need to make the content a bit more approachable, and I'm studying on the techniques now to make that possible. So I'll just close out here with a sincere thank you. Thank you for being amongst the first to give me the support in starting this whole journey. So thanks, and one more thing, make waves, my friends.